But sadly for the Ukrainian people, the Russian army seem to be getting their game together, so that rather than trying to attack the whole country, they're doing it bit by bit.
No, let's go, Orest, let's go now. Come on, let's go. Deci au atacat acum, în fapt, s-au auzit bombe și... Hai că m-am căcat pe mine, frate. Deci așa frică, nu cred că mi-a făcut frică. E o chestie din asta, un sentiment super rapid, adică nu e foarte, foarte ciudat.
My name is Lee. I've been in Ukraine since early March, helping to take aid in to the most affected areas. And my focus has now shifted to delivering aid and helping the people in the Donbass and the Donetsk by helping out with evacuations.
Ok, și acum s-a întâmplat o fază, suntem în mașină și ne-a oprit poliția. Bine, le-a oprit pe fetele din spate, pe care voi încă nu le cunoașteți, pentru că nu vi le-am arătat. Sunt două tipe din Suedia care au venit să livreze aici niște ajutoare și acum, uite, verifică... Yeah, I think they're checking in the trunk, or...
No, they're leaving.
Ah, they're leaving.
We also?
I think, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Ah, no, we're okay. Maybe because they saw the license plate?
Yeah, because they see a foreigner,
Yeah, they're foreigners, yeah. Okay, so
that's good. No, if they check now, they are like relaxed, and then maybe they can tell other people.
You should burn the Russian passport. You have to have a Ukrainian one. Why the fuck you would need a Russian passport?
What's the name of this place, Orest?
Saltivka.
Okay, and this was the place that was most heavily...
It's very, yeah.
Again.
This.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just arrived to Saltivka, which is the northern suburb of Kharkiv, and this place received the most massive destruction whatsoever. The problem here is that the Russian forces were within the artillery range, so they could shoot in huge volumes, and even now they are still continuing some shelling in the area. So basically this is a result to be on the direct front line, and the entire neighborhood is approximately 400,000 people, so it's like the largest residential area of Ukraine. Sadly, some people still live here in absolutely unhuman conditions. So now we're gonna move inside a little bit and take a look what's happening down there.
Say again, what were you saying? This is not
real.
is just only if the sniper wants to hit like a bullseye, you know, only for that.
Yeah, this is not the real one. I was just trying that. So I don't know what
You
it
put your hands over here.
Okay. What is the purpose?
No. Like this.
What is this used for? You can't use it for anything, basically.
Perfect.
No pocket, nothing. Yeah. But this is inside.
Well, nowadays everybody in Ukraine at least has a feeling like a soldier, because you know the situation they faced is we have like different songs,
Okay.
and some of the songs tell that in days we age for years, and that's the feeling what most people have in Ukraine actually.
Asta e doar pentru tine așa, că sunt aici cu filmatul. Asta este cea mai bombardată zonă, un cartier cu vreo 500.000 de oameni. Se aflau în, cum îi zice, în bătaia artileriei grele, știi? Undeva foarte, foarte aproape de aici. Și nu ai voie să intri aici dacă nu ai echipament din asta. Aici e groasă maxim, deci aici e tata lor. Uite, yes? One second, please. Deci uitați-vă puțin cum se vede un crater de la o rachetă. Deci ce v-a zis și el, că aici ce se întâmplă, ce e foarte nasol în zona asta, faptul că artileria grea a fost foarte aproape și a putut să distrugă absolut fiecare loc aici. Oribil. I have to introduce you now to my audience. Okay. We're gonna do this now. What's your name? Because I forgot. Ellie?
My name is Ellie. It's a nickname. My name is Ellen Elena Reynolds.
Ellen Elena Reynolds.
Yes.
You're from Sweden,
Yes.
but you also speak fluently Russian.
Yes. I have Russian parents.
Okay.
But I'm born in Sweden.
So you're born in Sweden. Okay, and what are you doing here in this city? Why did you come here?
Yes, I came here basically because I started an organization.
Dragi prieteni, mă aflu acum în zona cea mai periculoasă, cea mai afectată de război, cel mai afectată de război din Kharkiv. Tocmai au bombardat ăștia undeva la vreo 5-10 km în partea aia, după cum s-auzea. Haideți să vă prezint. Ăsta este locul, vedeți aici, mașini distruse. Chestia asta s-a întâmplat acum vreo 2 luni de zile, ceva de genul ăsta. Uitați cum arată clădirile. Noi suntem aici într-un hit and run, am intrat să filmăm și cât de repede se poate ne tirăm de aici. Este că prietenul nostru croat a găsit tranșele aici în care teoretic am putea să intrăm, să vedem cum se prezintă. Voi vă dați seama, bă, că acum 2 luni, bine, și acum s-au auzit bombardamente. Acum 2 luni de zile, vă dați seama ce era pe aici? Ia uite.
Active combat and attack was coming from that direction.
So the direction of attack is from, it was from there. Aha. Okay.
Kharkiv, Ukraine, but the cost is simply too high, as you can see, and it's even hard to imagine when the life can be brought back to this area, because I've seen many post-conflict zones around the world, and it just takes much more time than people expect. Many of them would like to come back home, but once they are here, they realize my apartment is blown up, nothing left, there is no water, no other utilities that sustain the buildings, and the architects of future generations will probably have a lot of work to do.
So now we were walking around here and I asked Ellie if she has seen anything like this before, and she started. Say again what you just told me 1 minute ago.
All the thing, yeah.
Yes.
Well, we've been traveling around a lot in the country. A similar area of this, the first thing I think of is, for example, Irpin Bucha, which was the first place where the Russian kind of attacked without any warning. They came in with tanks and they attacked people with artillery, bombings. They shot on people in their homes. Horrific stories, horrific events have been happening there. People been raped, people been slaughtered in their houses.
Asta presupun că era nu benzinărie, un storage area ceva. Acum i-am zis Lorest că poate ar fi cazul să plecăm, să nu stăm mult aici. Că even though it's not so dangerous, we shouldn't risk it. Toată lumea cu poze, cu astea, vă dați seama, fetele, repet, au venit, o să vedeți, cred că în video viitor, o să vă arătăm cum fetele se duc și donează o grămadă de chestii pe care le au și ajută. Dacă vreți și voi să donați, o să vă pun niște link-uri în descriere. Hai că iar s-au auzit bombardamente și noi vrem să ne grăbim, dar tipul ăla din Croația, frate, nu știu ce face, se mișcă super încet și vrem să plecăm de aici, că nu știu ce se poate întâmpla. Ellie was very funny because she actually realized that we the guys have these vests and the helmet and the girls are like...
But you know, we are power women.
Yeah, exactly, that's empowering, no? But either way, noi ne-am pus astea, frate, doar ca să pot să-mi fac poza și asta. Ideea este că aici, teoretic, nu ai voie să intri dacă nu ai din asta de protecție. Ori ăsta a sunat azi dimineața să-mi cumpări și mie o vestă și eu zis că, dom'le, nu e obligatoriu, unde vă duceți acolo, da, e safe, n-aveți niciun fel de problemă, nu e obligatoriu. Deci da, știți cum mi se pare mie că arată aici, frate? Exact ca la Cernobâl, totul abandonat, totul părăsit, dar diferența majoră este că Cernobâl s-a întâmplat acum 700 de milioane de ani și n-a fost un război. Gândiți-vă și voi prin ce au trecut oamenii de aici.
But who's going to document of you guys? Is it one person who will film?
Withdraw will film. No, you don't film.
You don't film, we film. Don't worry, I will film everything.
Each of us
I don't film anything because I feel that my filming is so...
and other trenches as well.
Що це було?
Выход. Стреляли туда.
No, let's go. Let's go, Orest, let's go, now. Come on, let's go. Deci au atacat acum, frate, s-au auzit bombe și... Ok, let's move and that's it. We call it a day, we go to the headquarters and that's it. Fuck. This is the closest I've ever been to explosion in my life. You, Dimitru?
I hear.
Снимаешь?
Снимай.
People went somewhere. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it was like a lot of shelling.
It was pretty loud and it was somewhere close.
How close do you think?
I have no idea how close, but it was much closer than
Then, yes.
everything
That's
before.
fucking scary, yeah. Da, frate, am văzut oameni fugind tot. Mamă.
Just go.
Okay. I also believe that them living here, they can better approximate the distance of the the bombs, you know, like where they hit and all of that, you know.
Yeah. But that was like a few explosions very, very close already.
But Orest has like some very good reaction times. Like the moment he heard that, he just jumped out of the car and I just followed him because I knew that he's searching for like a bunker or something. So yeah. Were you afraid, Voya?
No,
No.
I'm okay, but okay, it was a stressful situation, of course. We were basically in the range, or we didn't know where the hitting is going, so yeah. We were, let's say, under attack, not we particularly, but who knows?
The area.
The bridge told you have to, like, yes, just in case.
So this is what, a market?
Yeah, so this is the Barabashov market. It's the largest market in Kharkiv, and one of the largest in Europe actually. Here you could buy absolutely anything. And this like contributed greatly to the local economy in the city.
So, if I told you yesterday that Orest is a badass, you must meet this guy. What's
Hi.
your name again?
My name is Lee.
Lee, actually I have to tell you, you look exactly like a G.I. Joe. Exactly the G.I. Joe. Okay, so you've been here, you said, since March.
Yeah.
You've been here. Okay, and when was, what was the most dangerous moment or most dangerous situation that you found yourself? Months, let's say.
Well, probably the early days were quite bad because we were helping to evacuate soldiers from just outside of Kyiv to hospitals in the west. And that was quite challenging and difficult because it was pretty rough then. And I suppose what we're doing now is quite dangerous because we're going into areas that the Russians are currently shelling. And the Ukrainian lines, we're behind the Ukrainian lines between those and the Russians. But people desperately need food and aid.
Hai că m-am căcat pe mine, frate. Deci așa frică, nu cred că mi-a făcut frică. E o chestie din asta, un sentiment super rapid, adică nu e foarte, foarte ciudat. Și acum ne-am întors în parc pentru că Orest trebuie să se ducă să obțină niște aprobări pentru că ei mâine vor să plece într-o parte. Eu nu știu dacă pot să merg cu ei acolo pentru că e complicată treaba, o să vă povestesc poate în vlogurile viitoare. Că și nebunia asta cu venitul aici n-a fost chiar așa ușoară. Asta este Universitatea din Kharkiv, care a fost și ea lovită și distrusă, iar ăsta este un parc foarte drăguț. Deci îți dă așa cumva un sentiment de liniște, de protecție cel puțin. Că vezi că viața e normală, oamenii și continuă. Oamenii trăiesc în continuare, ce pot să facă?
Can you help to get everything else? Yeah. This is close to me.
Eli is finally happy that we found the spot to
Just be sure
give
that
all these
people
things.
are taking one, not like 10.
Yeah, but that's
Yes, humanitarian help, yes.
Would be great.
Yeah, good.
Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Don't worry, man.
Operation 8 here.
Are you happy now?
I'm happy now. Operation Aid is here. It's a market in Kharkiv. It's a lot of people here who are in very huge need of food. Operation Aid is delivering now food for vulnerable people. These people are very poor and they are basically starving, a lot of them. So that's what we're here. So we're here with groceries for them.
Trvoia, what are you doing? Are you selling these?
No, I'm giving to the kids. You can take it home.
Take it home, don't worry.
Okay. Можно сладко. Сладко. No.
Trvoia is the best. Long live Croatia. Au avut dreptate fetele că e haos, frate. Mai au încă o dubă din asta plină cu ajutoare. O să le ia, trebuie să vină un doctor mai încolo, astfel încât să le dăm. Dar a ieșit haos, frate, ce a fost aici. A ieșit luptă pe sneakers-urile alea. From what I've seen, people love the sneakers. People love everybody.
Snickers is good?
Sneakers.
Sure, it's quite.
There were like a bunch of people. At the end, everything was calmed down. People were taking like 1 or 2 pieces.
No, take.
Последний отдался, возьми.
No.
У меня есть 2 штуки, еще ты давал 3.
Не последний. Я мам 2.
Я думал, я последний отдал.
No.
Спасибо. Не, у меня есть.
Не, it's okay. Okay, so? It's okay. What is на здоровье?
Здоровье. It's like be well or something like that.
Be well. Okay.
So the situation was like erupted, became dangerous in a way, like because the people were just grabbing. I was trying to control the situation by saying each should take a couple. But then the people were starting to grab things from me, like the whole boxes, and then I just dropped everything fucked up, It was fucked up. And then, if you start to give money, it's hell.
We just gave to this one because Ores said,
Okay,
let's give 500, like 10 euros to this one.
If someone, because if the rest notice that you have money, then you're done here. It's like 100 of people that always poured in need, then we will be fucked up. So that's the thing.
Tipul ăsta îi să dăm niște bani.
In the very early days, getting fuel to come into Ukraine was difficult. So we used to bring 300 litres of diesel and then struggled to get back to Poland to get more aid. Now the fuel situation is better.
Este un haos total aici, frate, un haos total. Au venit băieții ăștia care sunt din armată, astfel încât să ia lucrurile pe care le-au adus fetele. Repet, eu o să vă pun o grămadă de linkuri deschise, dacă vreți să ajutați, dacă vreți să donați, puteți să o faceți. E foarte ok.
You want to record a video? What we need? We need tourniquets. We need IT clamps. If you know what is this, we need surgery. Yeah, it's not for surgery. No? It's first aid with massive hemorrhagic IT clamp. It looks like this one. We need. What is this? Like, in addition to food, you do some another medical stuff?
Yes, Operation Aid is always moving our positions forward, and we are seeing that there's a huge need, critical need of medical aids, medical equipment. So we arrived in Kharkiv today. We have contacted military hospitals, trauma hospitals, who receive a lot of wounded people. There are a lot of people dying, and a lot of people are critically wounded. We brought to them today trauma equipment, emergency acute equipment, bandages. We have defibrillator, we have intravenous fluids. We are working very closely to doctors and field doctors to provide what they absolutely need most right now. So please help us, because it's critical need of medical equipment right now in several hospitals in Kharkiv.
You can start, you know what you can do?
Это внутри бандаж, а здесь вот это просто.
Intracostal. IT clamp. It looks like this one.
You don't feel stressed? After so many weeks of being on the road and doing all of this?
I sometimes do. I sometimes do feel stressed, but I think it's human to feel stressed in a situation like that, and I'm trying to always focus on the bigger picture of this. When I get stressed, I start to I try to think that we all have to do this, and we just have to keep on doing this, because if we stop, then it will be so much worse for so many other people.
But sadly for the Ukrainian people, the Russian army seem to be getting their game together, so that rather than trying to attack the whole country, they're doing it bit by bit, which means they're being more effective. And sadly, more Ukrainian people now have come back into Ukraine. So there's more people that need aid, and there's going to be more people that need to be evacuated. So the work that we're doing now is probably not the pinnacle of what we're going to be doing. We're probably going to be doing an awful lot more evacuations of an awful lot more people.
So cute.
So you'll be doing a vacation.
Yes, of course.
Next, however many.
Ellie, what do your parents think about when they see you moving around Ukraine during war times, or friends and people who know you?
My parents are terrified. They don't want me to be here.
Okay.
But I'm doing it for two reasons. I'm doing it first for a moral reason. We need to. People have a responsibility to help other people, I feel. Then the second reason I'm doing it for is that this can happen to us. If we don't stop this now, if we don't stop it here, it's gonna happen to us. We will be next. We will be next, because Russia is so aggressive and they are taking piece after piece. If we don't stop this now, all of us, this will happen to us, not so far away. And basically the reason why I'm doing it is because of those two reasons. And I think it's like everybody's responsibility to do the same.
So you have come here against all recommendation, against everybody what they told you, and all of that on your own. Just I have to do this for these two specific reasons. What do you do as a job? What is your career or profession?
I'm a medical doctor, I'm a gynecologist and obstetrician.
Băi, cam asta a fost cu vlogul de astăzi. O să vă pun datele lui Orest în descriere, o să pun tot ce trebuie acolo astfel încât să-l urmăriți. O să mai vină un video după ăsta, cred, în care o să filmez un fel de podcast cu Orest. Vreau să vorbesc despre anumite chestii pentru că mi se pare extrem de interesant și să ieșim cumva și din sfera războiului, să vorbim de lucruri personale, pe unde a călătorit și așa mai departe. Sunt foarte obosit. Cel mai probabil mâine sau pe mine eu plec de aici, pentru că haosul e foarte mare și am o grămadă de planuri pe viitorul apropiat și nu numai. Și atunci, da, ar fi cazul să plec. Sper ca totul să fie bine. Dacă voi ați văzut videourile astea, înseamnă că sunt în siguranță, ceea ce este extrem de important. Nu uitați că vă iubesc. La revedere. Pa, pa!